Good morning, students. In last lecture yesterday, I have given you the introduction about the process of protein synthesis, and the important thing to note is the process of protein synthesis consists of two main steps: transcription and translation. And I told you, in transcription process, DNA produces mRNA molecule, and in the next step, second step, translation, the mRNA molecule produces protein, that is the polypeptide chain. So in this way, the central dogma or the central theme or the process of protein synthesis consists of two steps: transcription and translation. Now let us study about the first step, that is transcription process. Okay. In our textbook, please go to page number 78. Here on page number 78, you can see in our textbook on the left side the title in blue color, transcription. Now let us first see what is the definition. There can be a question, what is transcription, and see the meaning given in our textbook. During transcription, information of only one strand of DNA is copied into RNA. This strand of DNA, called antisense strand, acts as template. Enzyme RNA polymerase catalyzes the formation of RNA transcript. This is the meaning of the transcription. Okay. I will explain you the meaning. During transcription, information of only one strand of DNA. As you know, DNA is double-stranded molecule. RNA has got a single strand. DNA is double-stranded, RNA is single-stranded. When there occurs replication of DNA, means which is the duplication of DNA, which occurs just before the cell division, for the doubling of chromosomes, there occurs duplication of DNA also. DNA is present on every chromosome. There occurs duplication of chromosome, there occurs duplication of DNA. This duplication of DNA is called as replication, and after that the chromosomes divide lengthwise and the number of chromosomes is doubled, and soon after that there occurs cell division, so that every cell gets the same diploid number of chromosomes. Okay. Multiplied by 2 and again divided by 2, that remains the same. In the same manner, just before the cell division, in every cell, during the duplication of the chromosomes, there occurs the duplication of DNA also, and this duplication of DNA is called replication, and soon after that there occurs the cell division, and half the amount of DNA is transferred to one cell and rest up to the other cell. So every daughter cell gets the same amount of DNA and same quality of DNA as that of the parent cell or the mother cell. Okay. Now you have to compare this process of transcription to the process of replication. DNA replication produces another DNA. So one DNA gives two DNA molecules, that is replication. And during transcription, DNA produces mRNA molecule. Okay. It does not produce DNA again, but DNA produces mRNA. This is called transcription. So if you see, in short, the process of replication, here I will display the diagram for that. See here this diagram is showing three stages of replication. First, I have given the numbers here, 1, 2 and 3. In the first diagram here, you can see this is double stranded DNA. Here you can see this DNA is double stranded DNA. So this first diagram number 1, and here you can see this is double stranded. This is one strand of DNA and this is another strand of DNA. This is the original parent molecule of the DNA or the mother molecule of DNA. Just before the cell division, this DNA molecule will produce another copy. So one DNA will give rise to two DNA molecules. Okay. So for that whenever the replication begins, these two strands they get separated by breaking the hydrogen bonds between the nitrogenous bases. These are the nitrogenous bases: A adenine, T thymine, C cytosine, G guanine. All these are the nitrogenous bases, and the two strands of DNA, this is one strand, this is another strand. These two strands of DNA are connected by the hydrogen bonds which join the opposite nitrogenous bases. The opposite nitrogenous bases in the pair of nitrogenous bases are connected by the hydrogen bonds. These hydrogen bonds are broken and the two strands of DNA they get separated, and this can be seen. This is about the replication I am telling you. Okay, here you can see in the diagram number 2, here you can see the two strands they have separated. The same nitrogenous bases are there, you can see here, ATCAGT, ATCAGT, and in the other strand was TAGTCA. Here you can see TAGTCA. So these two strands have in the diagram number 1 you can see two strands connected to each other, and in diagram number 2 you can see that these two strands have separated from each other. Okay, and now in replication both these strands they act as template strands. Now you must remember what the template is. The template means if you want the meaning in Marathi, we can call it a kind of cast or a kind of die in which some material is prepared. जसं की साचा किंवा ठसा म्हणू, मराठीमध्ये आपण साचा किंवा ठसा म्हणू, की ज्यामध्ये एखादी मूर्ती बनवली जाते किंवा शिक्का, कागदावर शिक्का आपण मारतो, त्या ठसा किंवा साचा जो आहे, शिक्का जो आहे, त्याला काय म्हणता येईल? टेम्पलेट म्हणता येईल त्याला. आणि टेम्पलेट आणि प्रत्यक्ष त्याच्यापासून तयार केलेली आपण प्रतिमा याच्यामध्ये फरक आहे. देर इज डिफरन्स बिटवीन टेम्पलेट अँड शेप ऑफ द टेम्पलेट अँड शेप ऑफ द ॲक्च्युअल द ऑब्जेक्ट विच इज क्रिएटेड यूजिंग दिस टेम्पलेट. ओके, जसं की आपण छपाईचा जर शिक्का बघितला आणि आपल्याला समजा एक लेटर टाईप करायचं आहे, समजा आपल्याला लेटर टाईप करायचं आहे आणि ते लेटर समजा आहे, समजा मराठी ट आपल्याला टाईप करायचं आहे, मराठीमध्ये ट आपल्याला टाईप करायचं आहे. तर हे जे लेटर आपल्याला टाईप करायचं आहे मराठीमध्ये, समजा ट हे लेटर आपल्याला टाईप करायचं आहे, तर आपण जो ठसा किंवा शिक्का आहे, ठसा किंवा शिक्का जो आहे तो या प्रकारचा असा. आपल्याला लेटर जे टाईप करायचं आहे बघा, हे लेटर आपल्याला टाईप करायचं आहे, हे लेटर आपल्याला टाईप करायचं आहे ट. तो जो रबरी शिक्का असेल तो असा असणार नाही, जो ट सारखा दिसेल. तो रबरी शिक्का या प्रकारे दिसेल. सो हिअर दिस इज द टेम्पलेट. आणि जेव्हा हा शिक्का आपण कागदावर शाईमध्ये बुडवून कागदावर प्रेस करणार, तेव्हा आपल्याला त्याच्यापासून हा ऑब्जेक्ट तयार होणार, ही इमेज आपल्याला मिळणार. तसं साच्यामध्ये मूर्ती तयार करताना मूर्तीचा आकार जसा पाहिजे आपल्याला तसा आकार साच्याचा नाही असणार आहे. साच्याचा आकार जो आहे तो उलटा असणार आहे. मोल्ड जो आहे किंवा जो कास्ट आहे, तो कास्ट किंवा मोल्ड जो आहे तो उलटा असणार आहे. या प्रकारे जी डाय आहे ती उलटी असणार आहे. याच्यात माती भरल्यानंतर किंवा जे काही मटेरियल आपण टाकू त्याच्यानंतर ऑब्जेक्ट आपल्याला या आकाराचं मिळणार आहे. तर या प्रकारे टेम्पलेट आहे. आता इथे टेम्पलेट शब्द जो वापरलेला आहे, डी एन एच्या ज्या दोन्ही स्ट्रँड आहेत सेपरेट झालेल्या, या दोन्ही सेपरेट झालेल्या स्ट्रँड्सला टेम्पलेट म्हटलेलं आहे. ही एक टेम्पलेट आहे, ही एक टेम्पलेट आहे. याचं कारण काय, टेम्पलेट म्हणण्याचं कारण काय, या दोन्ही स्ट्रँड्स, बोथ these separated strands, why they are called template, because both these separated strands will produce new strand. This will produce new strand in opposite to it here, and this will also produce a new strand opposite to it here. But these two strands produced by the old strand, this is old strand and new one will be added here. This is also old template and new strand will be added here. But the old strand does not produce new strand which is identical to itself. I repeat the sentence. Listen. The old strand does not produce new strand which is identical to itself, but it produces the strand complementary to itself. These two strands will produce new strands which are not identical to them, but they are complementary to them. And you can see here in the diagram number 3, in the replication process, we can see that DNA is every separated strand of DNA acts as template, means it produces strand complementary to itself and not the strand identical to itself. See, here there is, on the old strand there is A, and the this new strand is being constructed and it has got T. If it was A here, we would have called identical. A is identical to A, but A is not identical to T. A is different, T is different. So these are not identical, but this is complementary. एकमेकांना पूरक, supporting each other. So A is complementary to T, T is complementary to A, C is complementary to G. In the same manner, G is complementary to C. And in this way, this complementary bases, nitrogenous bases, are used in production of the new strand. Here also you can see, this is one template, this is another template, and this another template is also producing this new strand. This is old template and this is new strand produced by the old template. This is old template and this is new strand produced by the old template. In the same manner, here also in the second strand also you can see, here there is T, but here there is no T. If it was T here, we would have called identical, but this is not identical, this is complementary. T is complementary to A is complementary to T, G is complementary to C. So this old strand is not producing new strand identical to itself, but it is producing the new strand complementary to itself, and that is why we are using the word template. using the word template. जसं ठसा किंवा साचा उलटा असतो त्या प्रकारे ही स्ट्रँड आहे. दॅट इज वाय वी कॉल्ड इज द ओल्ड स्ट्रँड ॲज टेम्पलेट स्ट्रँड अँड दिस इज द न्यूली constructed strand. And why the word template is there? If there is question why the separated DNA strand is called template, it is because it does not produce, the answer is it does not produce new strand identical to itself, but it produces a new strand complementary to itself. This is the answer. Okay, so this is the replication process. In diagram number 1 you can see both the strands are connected together. In diagram number 2 here you can see that both the strands have got disconnected and they are now separated from each other. And in diagram number 3 you can see that both the separated strands of the old molecule, they act as template strands and they produce new strands opposite to them, and these new strands are complementary to them. And then for every old strand, the old strand and the new strand, this is the old strand and this is the new strand, they get connected to each other, they get hydrogen bonded. There occurs pairing of A to T by 2 hydrogen bonds, and in between C and G by 3 hydrogen bonds. In the second strand also you can see, this is the old template and this is the new constructed strand, and both these strands they get connected by forming the hydrogen bonds between T and A, 2 hydrogen bonds, and between G and C 3 hydrogen bonds. So in this way you can see that from one DNA molecule there is formation of, from one DNA molecule means From one DNA molecule means from one double stranded DNA molecule. From one double stranded DNA molecule, there is formation at the end. There is formation of two double stranded DNA molecules. Here this is 1, here this is 2. From one double stranded DNA molecule, there is formation of two double stranded DNA molecules. This is the process of replication. This is the process of replication of DNA, duplication of DNA, which is needed for the cell division. Okay. Now, what is important here, and what is the difference, main difference between the replication of DNA and transcription to produce the RNA molecule? The main difference is in case of replication, both the separated strands, this is one old strand, this is another old strand, both the separated strands, they act as template. Both the separated strands act as template, and every old strand produces one new complementary strand. This is what occurs in case of replication. And in case of transcription, both the two strands, they get separated, but only one strand acts as template, and the other strand plays no role in protein synthesis. Only as far as the transcription step of protein synthesis is concerned, of the two strands of DNA, only one strand is active. Only one strand is involved in the transcription process, and the other strand is inactive. It has no role as such in case of protein synthesis process. And the strand which acts as template is called template strand. It is called template strand, or it is also called antisense strand. It is called template or antisense strand. And the other, which is not at all involved in the transcription process, it will not, this another separated old strand will not produce mRNA molecule complementary to itself. Only one strand will produce complementary molecule of mRNA, and the other strand will not get involved. That is why only one strand is involved. This is the difference, main difference between replication of DNA and transcription process. In replication, both the DNA strands act as template, the old ones, and in case of transcription, only one strand is active. Okay, I can show you this in diagram which is given in our textbook, and in our textbook you can see the diagram showing the steps in the replication process here. See here on page number 78. On page number 78, you can see here, or we can take another diagram. See, I have got a video clip here. And if you watch it, see, these two strands are separated. And only one separated strand is producing new RNA molecule. The upper strand, see, the two strands are separated, and only the lower strand is acting as template. And opposite to this lower strand, a new strand of RNA molecule. DNA strands are shown in yellow color, and newly constructed strand, that of mRNA, is shown here in red color. Okay, and this is being produced by adding the new nitrogenous bases. They are being connected to produce the new mRNA strand by connecting the different ribonucleotides. Nucleotides of the RNA are called ribonucleotides. Those of the DNA are called deoxyribonucleotides. So, opposite to only one template strand, new RNA strand is being constructed, about the lower strand. And if you look at the upper strand is not producing any new strand of RNA molecule. So, only one strand is involved. This is the process of transcription. In this aspect, the transcription process differs from the replication of DNA. Okay, and both these processes occur in the DNA, occur in the nucleus, because DNA is present inside the nucleus. Both these processes occur inside the nucleus. Okay. Now see, here in our book you will find this see, there is a diagram here on page number 78. On the right side there is a diagram, and below this diagram you can see just read out this sentence. This is important. Only one strand functions as template, and this strand is called template strand, or it can also be called antisense strand. And this strand will produce, the antisense strand will produce the new strand, but this new strand will not be the strand of DNA, it will be the strand of RNA. It will be the strand of mRNA, messenger RNA molecule. One strand functions as template strand or antisense strand, and the other strand is complementary, which is actually a coding strand. Other strand which is not involved in the transcription process, it is not going to produce a new RNA molecule. And this another strand of DNA which is not involved in transcription is called coding strand or the sense strand. It is called sense strand or the coding strand. So there can be a question for 1 mark. Which strand is involved in transcription process? The strand involved in the transcription process is the antisense strand or the template strand of DNA. It will produce the new RNA molecule complementary to itself, not identical to itself, complementary to itself. That is why the word template is there. And the other strand is not acting as template strand, so it is, instead of calling it template, it is called as coding strand or it is called sense strand, and the template strand is called antisense strand, and this strand is involved in the process of transcription. Okay. Now the process of transcription involves 3 main steps. There are 3 main steps in the process of transcription, and it is very easy. The beginning process, the continuation process, and the end process. There are 3 steps: beginning, continuation, and the end. And the beginning is called promotion. And see, there are different regions on DNA. The region on DNA where the RNA polymerase enzyme gets connected. As I told you earlier in the last lecture, for synthesis of RNA from DNA, enzyme required is RNA polymerase. For DNA replication, enzyme required is DNA polymerase. For RNA synthesis from DNA, the enzyme required is RNA polymerase. And for the reverse transcription, which occurs exceptionally in certain RNA viruses, the enzyme required is the enzyme will produce DNA from RNA, and this enzyme is called RNA dependent DNA polymerase. DNA polymerase will produce DNA, but DNA from RNA. This enzyme is called RNA dependent DNA polymerase. As you know, enzymes are the catalyst substances, and the catalysts themselves, they are not used up in the chemical reaction as such. They are not the reactants. They only bring about the reaction in different reactants. Themselves, they are not used up in the reaction. That is why they are called catalysts. All enzymes are catalyst. So in DNA, there are certain regions of DNA. See, DNA molecule is very long molecule. It has got millions of nucleotides on it, and a single DNA molecule possesses information for synthesis of many protein molecules. I repeat, a single DNA molecule possesses the information for synthesis of many protein molecules, and every segment of DNA, especially in case of eukaryotic cell, there are different segments of DNA which carry the information for different proteins, and one such segment carrying the information for one protein is called as cistron. cistron, cistron, where whenever you must remember, whenever any word ends with on, the word ending with on, it is the name of a gene. Gene means a segment of DNA. Gene means a segment of DNA. Cistron, recon, muton, replicon, whenever such words are there, on means name of gene, name of DNA segment. Now in case of DNA, there are different cistrons on a single DNA molecule. There are different segments on a single DNA molecule, and different segments are involved in synthesis of different proteins, and every such segment or cistron consists of three parts. There is certain region or site or location where the RNA polymerase enzyme gets connected to DNA. Then only the two strands of DNA will get separated, after only attachment of RNA polymerase enzyme to DNA. So far as synthesis of mRNA is concerned, the RNA polymerase enzyme is called RNA polymerase 2. As I told you last time, for synthesis of rRNA, the enzyme required is RNA polymerase 1. For synthesis of mRNA, the enzyme required is RNA polymerase 2, and for synthesis of tRNA, enzyme required is RNA polymerase 3. So here the RNA polymerase 2 will get connected to DNA at a certain point, and that point is the promoter gene or promoter region. This point is the promoter region. Here only the RNA polymerase 2 enzyme can get connected to DNA, and this is the promoter region. Once this RNA polymerase enzyme gets connected, the two strands will get separated only in that part, and now after connecting to promoter region of the DNA, the RNA polymerase enzyme will now move from one end to another, and as it moves forward, as the RNA polymerase, along with other enzymes also, many enzymes are required, but the main enzyme is RNA polymerase 2, and as this RNA polymerase 2 and along with that few other enzymes are also there, we can call collectively them, we can collectively call them as enzyme complex. And as this enzyme complex moves forward, the two strands they get separated. In that region only where this enzyme complex is present, there will be separation of the two strands. So two old strands of DNA will get separated. They will get separated. Now following this promoter region, I explain you again. Promoter region is the region where the RNA polymerase gets attached, and now after getting attached, it will move forward. Okay, and the part lying little forward on DNA is called structural gene. It is called structural gene, and this is the part which is going to be transcribed in the mRNA. Means what will occur in the next part of DNA? The two strands will get separated. Only one strand will act as template strand or antisense strand, and only this strand will produce new mRNA strand. And this part where there occurs actual process of transcription, where the DNA strand is actually transcribed, it will produce a new strand complementary to itself, but that of the mRNA molecule. And this part of DNA is called a structural gene. And then when the transcription process is over, whatever length of new RNA molecule is required, if once it is obtained, then the next part on DNA on that particular cistron is the terminator site. It is the terminator site. Termination means to put to end. Or you can say stop site. When after completing RNA production, the enzyme complex containing RNA polymerase enzyme reaches the terminator site, the process of transcription stops and there is no more increase in the length of mRNA. The enzyme molecule will move away, it will go away from DNA. The RNA molecule will also be released outside, and the two separated DNA strands they will again join to each other, and the DNA will assume its original structure, which was the two-stranded nature. Okay, in this way there are only three regions on one cistron. One cistron means part of DNA involved in synthesis of one protein, that is called one cistron. And every cistron, in case of eukaryotic DNA, every cistron consists of, every segment of DNA involved in transcription consists of three parts, and this segment is also called transcription unit. You can see here the word, it is also called and this question is also there, and there is a diagram also. See here on the left side of the same page, page number 78, you can see on the right side you can see a diagram. The name of diagram is transcription unit. Transcription unit means the part of DNA, segment of DNA, or you can also call it a cistron, consisting of three parts. It is, see, this is double stranded DNA. This is double stranded DNA, and RNA polymerase enzyme will get connected here, and this place, location, point where RNA polymerase gets connected is called as promoter site. It is called promoter site. Next part is the structural gene. In little forward region, promoter site is followed by structural gene. Structural gene is the part of DNA. This is the part of DNA which will actually get transcribed into mRNA. And here the two strands are coding strand and template strand, and only the template strand will produce the new RNA molecule here, and the coding strand will not produce RNA molecule. Only the template strand will produce the new RNA molecule, and this is the structural gene. This is the part actually which is going to be transcribed, means it is going to be translated from DNA to mRNA. Okay, and the next region is the terminator region. So RNA polymerase enzyme will get connected here, it will move forward, again forward, reaching to the terminator site, and once it reaches here, the RNA polymerase get detached, and the transcription process will be now stopped. Okay, so there are three points or three regions: promoter region or promoter gene, structural genes. There can generally there is single gene in case of eukaryotic cell, but there can be many structural genes in between the promoter site and the terminator site in case of prokaryotic cell or the bacterial cell. As you know, the prokaryotic cell or bacterial cell is primitive cell. It is very simple type of cell, so the proteins are also very small protein molecules as far as their molecular weight or size is concerned. So there can be many structural genes in between one promoter and one terminator in case of prokaryotic cell. But as far as the eukaryotic cell is concerned, eukaryotic cell is advanced type of cell, and as it is advanced type of cell, its proteins are also large proteins. They have high molecular weight. Such proteins are constructed. So there is only one structural gene for one protein only in between promoter and terminator. In case of eukaryotic cell, in between promoter and terminator there is a single structural gene, but in case of prokaryotic cell, the bacterial cell, in between promoter and terminator site there are many structural genes. This is the main difference in case of a transcription unit between the prokaryotic cell and the eukaryotic cell. So it is very simple. The transcription occurs in the transcription unit. It occurs in the transcription unit. And what is the transcription unit? There can be questions. See, read out this question. See this title, transcription unit. Describe the components of a transcription unit. Describe the components of the transcription unit. Which are the components? Which are the parts of the transcription unit? One is promoter region or promoter gene, you can say promoter. Second is the structural gene, and third is the terminator gene. Okay, so these three constitute the transcription unit. And transcription unit, remember well, it is the part of DNA. Transcription unit is the part of DNA which is transcripted once. Okay, and what will happen? The two strands will get separated when RNA polymerase gets attached to the promoter region, and then only one strand will act as template and it will produce the new mRNA molecule. This part is called structural gene, and when RNA polymerase reaches the terminator site, the process of transcription is stopped. The RNA polymerase will now move away from DNA, and the two separate the RNA newly constructed, it will also be released outside, and the two separated strands will again join to each other, forming the main original DNA molecule, isn't it? So this is the way how there occurs the transcription process inside the nucleus of the eukaryotic cell. See here, these three steps are explained here. Step number 1, step number 2, and here is the step number 3. In this way, there occurs the transcription, formation of new RNA molecule called mRNA or messenger RNA. You have to remember these RNA molecules, mRNA molecules, they are to be purified further. They are to be processed further. The RNA molecule which is produced after transcription is not called mRNA. It is not called mRNA. But before its purification, before the final touch is given to it, before it is processed completely, it is called hnmRNA, small h, small n RNA, hnRNA, heterogeneous nuclear RNA, hnRNA. And this hnRNA is again processed further, it is purified further, and then it is given the name mRNA, and after it gets the structure of mRNA, it is purified, then it goes out from the nucleus through the apertures present on the nuclear membrane called nuclear pores, and it enters inside the cytoplasm, and the actual process of translation, the next step is translation. First step of protein synthesis is transcription, the second step is translation, and this translation process will occur on certain particles present in the cytoplasm, and these particles are called ribosomes. So mRNA will move to the ribosome, where it will produce the protein by the translation process. And inside the nucleus, the newly produced RNA, instead of calling mRNA, it is called heterogeneous nuclear RNA, and whenever it is given final touch, whenever it is purified further, whenever it is completely processed further, then it becomes the mRNA. Initially, the newly produced mRNA by structural gene in the process of transcription is called as hnRNA, heterogeneous nuclear RNA, and then finally it becomes the mRNA when it leaves the nucleus and goes outside into the cytoplasm. Okay, so you have to remember only 3 steps: the promotion of the promoter site or the beginning initiation process, the structural gene for the elongation of the mRNA molecule, and the terminator site for stopping the process. Terminate means to stop. Promoter for initiation, structural gene, promoter for initiation, structural gene for elongation of mRNA molecule, formation and elongation, and terminator site for putting the process to end, to terminate the process. Okay, so these are 3 steps. Initiation, elongation, and termination. And the parts of DNA involved in these 3 steps are region of DNA, structural genes, and the terminator region on DNA. These three regions are present one after another, and this entire part joining these three units is called as transcription unit. It is called as transcription unit. So this is how there occurs the process of transcription, and few more details of this we shall be studying in the next lecture. So thank you for being with me and for watching the video. Thank you very much.